Hello everyone again. So this is our first video in the series for this crash course on project management. So as of 5/15/2024, so why study project management is what I was trying to get to here. It's not going to be just project management, and we'll explain more of that later. But basically, what I do is I have a system where I've interwoven project management with a bunch of other skill sets, and I'm going to try to give this to you in a very concise package. So Alex Hormozy the other day in the Monday briefing said we need to take a tremendous amount of information and water it down to down to a concise little package for you, and that's what's going to bring you value. So that's kind of what I'm going to try to do with this project management course. This is not my normal style to strip everything out. I'm more of a details person, which I'm sure you're going to learn if you stick around a little bit. But I did want to try to do like a crash course just to get you up to speed, give you some tools, that way you can have a victory or two quickly, and hopefully that helps with retention. I'm very experienced operations management, business strategy, project management, um, program management. I've been a vice president of a company. So I have all this business experience, but I'm not a streamer. Okay, I'm not huge on social media. I do what I have to. So you're gonna have to bear with me on that part. I'll get better over time. My setup here is pretty basic. I've done some streaming in the past just to build the skill set, but I'll get better with time. I promise you that. So don't judge the course on my presentation abilities with the webcam talking to nobody. So give me a little break there, and we'll re-record this video down the road after I get a little better. All right. Okay. So why study project management? I think it's really important whenever you approach a topic to explain the why to somebody. Okay. To just start telling one of your employees or one of your coworkers the task at hand without explaining the why is really detrimental. So I wanted to start this with why study project management. Why waste your time on this? So I grabbed some facts this morning for you. So as of 5/15/2024, project manager. I did a search on LinkedIn for the job openings. For project manager, there are 54,000 open jobs on LinkedIn. The salaries range from $40,000 to $200,000 in the United States. It's really based on experience. Some of these higher numbers are because they are software related. I can give you any detail you want. You can just ask questions. All right. For now, the way it works in project management is you typically are like an operations manager, and then you may become a project manager. It's like an evolution, like line lead, then operations manager, and then some people go into project management. Some people do go straight into project management, which is what I'm trying to teach here for you guys. You can go straight into project management. So project manager, there are 54,000 jobs, 40 to 200K in the United States. I didn't do my region or anything. And those are just the ones that have the salaries posted. I didn't spend a lot of time on this. Now, when you're a project manager, the next step is program management. A program manager manages multiple projects. So that would be a program manager. There are 20,000 of those jobs, 19,000 on LinkedIn this morning. Salaries were from 52,000 to 287,000. And again, some of those are for software at that higher end. Even some finance ones roll in a little bit. For operations manager, there are 18,000 jobs. and it's from 40 to 210. For the next level, or an equal level to a program manager in some companies, is called a director of operations. So in some companies it'll be called a program manager, and other companies it'll be called a director of operations. It's pretty much the same level. There's 5,000 jobs, so a lot less, and it ranges from 40 to 228,000. Another path after director of operations, the next step in some organizations is vice president of operations. There are 788 open jobs on LinkedIn for VPs, and the salaries are from 60 to 300K. Plant manager is another path. Not as much continuous improvement. You do have to have a very strong skill set in all of the things that I'll be teaching you, because you're basically doing everything inside of those four walls. So plant management, which I've done this too. There are 2,660 plant manager jobs on LinkedIn. Salaries are ranging from 75K to 200K. That can go way higher. That's usually like 350 is what I would expect to see. I just didn't happen to see any on like the first few pages this morning. So jobs that contain continuous improvement. So that's basically what I'm going to be teaching in this course. Not this crash course, but ultimately in the whole program that I'm putting up here on this learning management system. Ultimately, I want you to be able to do continuous improvement, which is referred to as operational excellence. Lean Six Sigma, some people call it. Continuous improvement is probably what most of you have heard. Jobs that contain continuous improvement, there's 375,000 jobs on LinkedIn. They range from 45K to 302K. So that's just any job that has continuous improvement in it. That can be anything. It could be CEO if it had the word continuous improvement in it. So I just wanted to give you some framework for why this is even valuable. At some points during when you're learning project management, it's hard to see how this is going to benefit you. So I wanted to start right out of the gate. Now we can go into what these ranges look like specifically, but if you'll see, the things that are the key takeaways here are that project managers 55,000. You can include program managers, because once you get good enough, then you can do that. So there's 75,000 jobs with the skill sets that you will be able to fill with this project management course that I will teach you. Operations manager, sure, you can throw them in, because you're going to have all the skill sets of an operations manager. A director of operations is really, you're going to need some experience. Program manager too. So you can't apply for those right out of the gate. Maybe some of these like 40K ones. Below 75K is ridiculous for a director of ops. So these, and some of these are the same position because they show up as a director of operations, and it'll, so you search on director of operations and it will say operations manager. So it's the exact same job. I just wanted to grab the ranges for you. The VP of ops, this is obviously it's a higher level tier. Your executive level at that point. And then these salaries aren't all inclusive either. You usually have, as a director of ops, you typically have a 10 to 15% bonus you're eligible for. As a VP of ops, you're looking at 15 to 20%, maybe even higher. Those are what I've seen. As a plant manager, you may or may not have a bonus package. Usually the higher end ones do. But project manager, program manager, probably not. So those typically wouldn't be bonus eligible. Typically. Doesn't mean you can't negotiate it. So I just wanted to give you a little background on what can happen here. These ones that are at 40, maybe your first entry level project management. I don't think so. should be closer to 50, 60,000. Okay. So then the next question was, why study project management with me? Who's this guy? So I wanted to give you a little background on who I am. I'm Harold Meadows. I'm a Fortune 500. This is my LinkedIn profile here. You can go check me out on LinkedIn. Connect with me. I'll accept your request, of course. So I'm a Fortune 500 operations quality expert. I'm an author. Lean Six Sigma, productivity savings, which is continuous improvement. Greater than 6 million in counting. That's just documented. That's not that. Those are the ones that I had to write down and get credit for. So I live in Cincinnati. So Definitive Innovations is my company. So that's my consulting company. I went to the University of Utah. This is straight from my LinkedIn profile, so it's kind of flowery on purpose. Essentially, I'm a transformational manager, and that means continuous improvement. So transforming from one state to another state and continuously improving. Once you achieve the goal of the transformation, you're already restructuring the goal. So you never really arrive. All right. So that's kind of what transformational operations manager means. I founded Definitive Innovations. So operations excellence, strategic planning. I'm the founder of Ubiquity, an online business training platform. I'm the author of The Business Compass, Navigating Success with Ethics, Innovation, and Purpose. It's my book. It's a really good basic business book. We may do it later. We might do it in the book club. I don't know. We'll see how that works out. Okay, at Tektronix, I'll go over a couple of the metrics. So Tektronix, which is a Fortive company, when I was there for 9 months, 3 months in, my team broke the revenue record for a territory service manager. So they hit 1.4 million. And then in month 9, 6 months later, they broke their own record by 24%. So that's the type of revenue. That's one of the biggest revenue jumps I've had. Plant manager, and that's in a month. Plant manager, when I was a plant manager at ZMB, the team that I started with, the metrics that we had from when I first started to when I left that company, the last month I was there, they had a 52% increase in production. Same people, same equipment. So that's not normal. An operation has to be really bad to get a 52% increase. And also we had a special demand situation also. Sometimes you can't just overproduce that much. We were able to do that. Before that, I was at CPI, and that's where I was a vice president. And it was right before COVID. It was actually I got furloughed because of COVID, and then ultimately let go. But we did 20% reduction in expenses. That's pretty typical. When you go into an op and you apply the principles that I'm going to show you, 20% is good. It depends on how leaned out the op is already, obviously. The largest project that I've ever ran was at Honeywell. So I had 22 sites all over the United States. There was a team of 3 of us. The third person switched out, but so I was one of 3 members of the core team who took 22 internal cost centers at Honeywell Aerospace and turned them into a profit center, a commercial entity. It's the first time that I think it's been done without an acquisition. So we went in, we took these internal labs, 22 of them all over the United States, all operating like silos, and we turned it into a commercially viable entity. So that was the largest project that I've ever ran. All right. I'm very familiar with quality also. Quality manager is a role that I I have on there quality experts because in the field of metrology that I primarily worked in, it's the it's a science of measurement, not meteorology, metrology. Slight difference. It's government regulated industry, so I have a lot of quality experience. I'm not going to go into quality too much, so I don't plan to. If somebody wants more quality management, we'll find out as we do polls and things in the class or in the community. So that's a little bit about me. I'm a married father. I guess I have it here. All right, so my overview. Why am I doing this? I have a life mission to help others. I'm Christian, Catholic, and I want to help as many people as possible. That's the core driver. That's why I get up in the morning. I primarily have scaled my impact of this mission by helping companies because that way I can I can impact all of the employees, all the family members of those employees by improving the company. I help the stakeholders and shareholders, the suppliers, the customers. So the whole stakeholder map I get to impact. Where if I'm just doing one-on-one coaching, I'm only going to be able to hit so many people in a year until this platform. So I learned about Skool from following Alex Hormozy. So I'm not an original Skool member. I just started 3 days ago or so. And I believe I can help people directly and companies with this platform. So that's what my belief is. At one point, I had over $75,000 in college debt. I paid that off last year. And so I want to give this away as cheap as possible. I don't want people to be straddled by that kind of debt because it was horrible. So I've been in that situation, and I believe that the way education is going, that a 2-year degree and some certificates, which is basically what my education is sufficient. And businesses are coming around to that. So you're seeing a lot more with X amount of experience, and that's been getting progressively better throughout my career, 20 years. All right. You're going to see 3 company identifiers on my materials. This is intentional. I like to keep things separated. So I have Definitive TV, which is my Twitch brand, and I have a Twitter associated for that because I wanted to keep my LinkedIn community separate from my streamer community. So that was the purpose of separating out Definitive TV. So I have Definitive TV on Twitch, and when I do live streams, you'll see Definitive TV on it, even in some of these boards, actually. And then I created Definitive Innovations. Okay, so this is my consulting firm. Basically, what happened is companies kept reaching out to me and asking me to consult for them. So I would go do these little one-off consulting, but at some point I was just like, maybe there's more money in this. So I set it up as a business structure and built it out. I haven't done a lot with that. But I have a lot of the material is in this course. It will say Definitive Innovations. That's my website. It's the same. So I didn't steal it from somebody to give it to you. It's all mine. All right. Now I created Ubiquity to help teach as many people as I can. So I want people to not be straddled by that kind of debt, to learn some business skills. And I can't say that I agree with the way that all people teach current business skills. So I'm going to give you it the way that I teach it to people. I'm the father of 3 children. I have 2 adult daughters and a teenager son. I've been married for 18 years. I have 4 dogs. 3 of them are rescues. The oldest one, he's not a rescue. He's been with me for 18 years. So, or 17, I guess. So that's a little bit about me, and why we should be studying project management. So I hope that helps a little bit, gives you some context. If you have any questions, just reach out. You can chat with me, DM me. You can throw it on the boards. I don't care. And then I think that we should cover a little piece on that too. I forgot in the other video. So this is our group page. And we're on the community tab. Okay. I forgot to talk about this here. So there's a general discussion tab. All right, so it defaults to all. There's a general discussion tab. And then introductions. So introduce yourself here. There's a rule book. So there, we created a book club. Somebody else had one, and I was like, oh, I want to do that. So I threw my book in there. It doesn't mean we're going to do my book, but I just wanted to have something in the field. There's a mindset and motivation. This is where I want you to go if you're struggling with something or you're just having problems. Go here and we'll rally around you. Or if you find something really good and motivational, put it in here for us. The odds of all of us having a bad day on that day are pretty low. So when one of us gets down, we need to pick each other up. I put in business tools. This I built out quite a bit. Okay, so in here are business tools. You don't have to study these or anything like that. Maybe if you click a like, you can keep track of which ones you've read or which ones you like. It's up to you. But so this is a lot of the terminology and the tools that you'll be learning. I didn't want people to have to take courses just to get a quick little, what is this? I heard that term. You can come in here. It's not an alphabetical order. They did not make it easy to sort these or anything. So that's the way it is right now. And like I was talking about, you will see definitive innovations on stuff. Okay, so that's my logo for definitive innovations. And so this will give you what's a communication plan. You can come in here and look at it. And this is built out quite a bit. There's 56 tools or something like that. This is a really great start for your business education. An accountability tab. Nobody's posted yet because we just opened this thing. And so here you can put your daily accountability or things like that. It's really good. Some people find it helpful, some people don't. So it's not required or anything. All right. So I forgot to go over that earlier. I just wanted to cover that for you. And welcome to Ubiquity. Welcome to Ubiquity.